BAE Systems wins $535 million U.S. Army contract for self-propelled howitzers. BAE Systems has secured a $5,356 million U.S. Army contract for self-propelled howitzer systems vehicles and total package fielding kits according to a Department of War contract announcement dated May 14, 2026. The award issued by Army Contracting Command at Detroit Arsenal, Michigan runs through December 31, 2029. The contract went to BAE Systems Land and Armaments LP based in York, Pennsylvania, the American subsidiary of BAE Systems plc, the British headquartered defense giant that ranks among the world's largest defense contractors by revenue. York has served as BAE's primary U.S. ground combat vehicle production hub for decades, and the facility is the home of the M109 Paladin self-propelled howitzer program, the most widely fielded tracked artillery system in the U.S. Army's inventory and a platform that has seen continuous upgrades since its introduction in the 1960s. The contract announcement identifies self-propelled howitzer systems as the primary production item, which points directly to the M109A7 Paladin, the current production standard variant that BAE Systems has been delivering to the Army under a long-running modernization program. However, the contract language does not specify the exact variant by designation, and BAE Systems is simultaneously developing other self-propelled artillery concepts under separate programs, including the multi-domain artillery cannon system, an air defense-oriented cannon platform. The company revealed publicly in May 2026 whether this contract covers exclusively M109A7 production, a mix of variants, or potentially next-generation development work cannot be confirmed from the announcement text alone. The Army has not clarified the specific system configuration covered by the award. Total package fielding kits, also specified in the contract, are a standard element of major Army procurement awards for complex ground systems. They cover the full suite of support materials required to actually field a new system operationally: technical manuals, training equipment, spare parts packages, tools, and the infrastructure needed to sustain the system once it leaves the factory, including fielding kits in the same contract vehicle as production hardware. Streamlines the Army's ability to move new Paladins from the production line to operational units without the delays that have historically plagued programs where production and support procurement ran on separate timelines. The Army solicited bids via the internet and received only one offer according to the contract announcement. Single bid outcomes on major defense contracts are not unusual for systems where a single contractor holds the production infrastructure, tooling, and institutional knowledge required to fulfill the requirement. BAE Systems is the sole producer of the M109 Paladin in the United States, having held the program through multiple upgrade cycles, and no competing domestic production line exists for a system of this type. The practical reality of the defense industrial base for complex tracked artillery systems means that competition in the conventional sense is structurally limited. The timing of this contract sits within a broader context of accelerated Army artillery modernization that has gathered pace since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The war has demonstrated at scale what military planners had long argued in theory, that long-range, high-volume artillery fires are central to large-scale land combat, and that nations without robust self-propelled artillery capacity face severe disadvantages in sustained high-intensity conflict. The Army has responded by pushing Paladin production and deliveries to allied nations under foreign military sales arrangements alongside its own modernization buys, and the York facility has operated under sustained production pressure as a result. Work locations and funding will be determined with each individual order placed against the contract. A standard arrangement for multi-year production vehicles that allows the Army to sequence deliveries and distribute funding across fiscal years. The contracting activity: Army Contracting Command at Detroit Arsenal in Michigan manages the bulk of the Army's ground vehicle and weapons system procurement, and Detroit Arsenal has administered the Paladin program through successive contract generations.